Gonna get right back to it right after this public service announcement with City Councilman District 6, Brother Khalid. Sorry, sir.
They get you into it on this
show.
They do.
Yeah. I'm talking about they do. Yeah, we do.
All right, so people are already asking about early voting.
Yes.
Early voting actually starts tomorrow. In 12 hours, you can start early voting, Monday through Friday. If you live in Fulton County, you can go to Khalid Cares, that's KHALID as in David, cares.com/vote, or you can just go to Khalid Cares and hit the vote page. And you can find out the early voting locations. But have you ever gone to vote and you say, I know who I want for governor, or I know who I want for president, but then it's all these other questions and things on the ballot, and you're like, what's a public service commissioner? And
right.
What does this constitutional amendment mean? Well, on Saturday, next Saturday, October 20th at 10 a.m., we're going to be at the Kingdom of God Evangelistic Ministries at Welcome All Park. It's the church right across the street
right across
Welcome
the street.
All Park.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're going to have the second annual South Fulton Electoral College. It is a day of political education. And what we do is starting at 10 o'clock is we go through the whole ballot from top to bottom. There are about 25 things to choose on the ballot. Some of them are referendums on taxes and all these different things. I'm going to give you a couple. There's one about Fulton Industrial Boulevard, which would bring millions of dollars to our city if we got that. There's one about, we call it the Mimosa Bill. It's the Sunday brunch bill. Basically, we're asking, on Sundays you can't serve liquor until after 12:30. We in South Fulton, we want to move it up to 11.
Hey, why
not? Some things are easy. There are other things on there that are more complicated. Like there's a question about victims' rights, but there's information that's not in there that says that it might be, they might make it easier to detain someone. Right, so you gotta do your investigation about all of those things. There's one about courts. It's the same way. It's about business courts, but passing it might mean that it's harder for you to sue a business. And so we're gonna give like 2 hours of education. We're gonna go from top to bottom of the ballot. Then we're gonna have the candidates for statewide office. We're gonna have the school superintendent. There's a brother running for Morehouse named Otha Thornton. He's going to be school superintendent over the whole state. He'll be there taking questions. There are going to be other people at the top of the ballot that are going to be there taking questions. We're going to make an announcement about that on Wednesday. And then the best part is, here in Fulton County, this is not the case everywhere, but in Fulton County, we have Saturday and Sunday voting.
Wow.
And the first Saturday of Saturday voting will be October 20th, which means in the early voting location in that area is right across the street at Welcome All Park.
So you can come right.
So you can come, you can learn the ballot from top to bottom. You can question all the candidates, ask them everything you want to ask them, and you can go right across the street and just be done.
Now, how cool is that, y'all? You got a cheat sheet
Yeah.
to vote.
What time is
And all the information you need.
Literally, we'll have a cheat sheet because we're going to give you the ballot. So as we're going through it, you can be like, I want this, I don't want this. And then you can take it, because when you get in that booth, you can't talk to nobody.
Right.
You can't talk to nobody.
And that's when you just checking the name that you saw the most on the sign.
Heather say reckless voting. You call
reckless
it
voting. Reckless voting. So guess what, you guys? No more reckless voting. I have all the information that you need.
10 a.m. starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday.
October 20th.
Kingdom of God Church right across the street from Welcome All Park.
So guess what, you guys? Most of you guys are around my age group, and we have kids and stuff like school and community and laws and all that stuff. It matters now.
I was trying to say, you don't have to live in Fulton. You could live anywhere in Georgia. It's just that if you're in Fulton County, you can go and vote across the street. But if you live in Clayton, anywhere, Henry, Douglas, Atlanta, you can come out. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard that? Please share tonight's post. Share the message that the brother is here. I brought it right here for you. If you have any questions right now, here's the time for you to ask. Don't be afraid. Get informed. The information is right here. We thank you, Brother Khalid. There's not too many councilmen that will pull up on our type and inform the people of what they need to know. That's why I respect
our
it so
type
much.
is our type.
Well, I'm sorry. You know how I mean. You know how it is. So, are you done? Is that it?
Yes.
Y'all got that? October the 20th. Come get your cheat sheet to vote. Find out what's going on. You may be confused. You may don't know who this person is. Guess what? Khalid does, and he will be there 10 a.m. We will be there. We are supporting Rock the Vote, everybody. Cause one more thing. I've been seeing some strange commercials about this. I don't believe what I hear, but the guy who pulled the gun out on the kid on his commercial is not finna tell me that I can't vote for this sister. So,
all right.
what's the good in me voting for Abrams right now?
I'm as an elected official, I can't tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for. I can only give you these facts that in 2015, when the Supreme Court got more conservative because we had a certain party in power, appointing conservative justice, there was the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which is part of the reason that folks like me and you can vote, right? The Supreme Court kind of gutted that. And part of it said that in certain states, mostly in the South, where bad stuff has happened to people like us, before you made any changes to the voter laws, you had to pass it by the federal government. The Supreme Court got rid of that, and then they started. That's why you see all these maps changing. In the past 3 years, the state of Georgia has purged or kicked off almost 2 million people from the voting rolls.
I've heard about that. That's a lot.
The Secretary of State, our current Secretary of State, is running for governor. Now, I don't know how you can play in the game and be a referee, because the job of the Secretary of State is to oversee the elections. And in the past, when former Secretaries of State have run for governor, they just stepped down.
That's funny, because I called the other day to make sure I was registered to vote, and they was like, this is the offices of Kemp or whatever. And I was like, what? Like, I don't want to talk to y'all.
He's running for governor, and he's
that's crazy. How, like you said, he's the referee and the player. That's crazy. Hey, y'all heard that right. So your vote really matters right now.
And there are thousands. So you have seen the stories on the news. There's over 50,000 people who applied to vote, and their application didn't get approved. And there are different people trying to figure out why and suing for the facts. And so it's so important this year. Like, I'll say this: when we vote, we make history. 1 in every 3 registered voters in Georgia. 1 in 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 out of every 3 is black. So when all black people, when we all show up and vote, it makes a difference. The last time we showed up and voted, we got a black president.
Right. Say we got a black president.
So we make history when we vote.
All right. Well, we thank you. Somebody else.
The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me. Yeah. It's the God hour. The morning I wake up.